Hey my friends, it is the one and only the Lit Southern Belle, Navah, and you're watching the Lit Southern Belle, the podcast that helps you flourish.
Soundstripe.
I know what y'all thinking. I know what y'all are thinking. Bro, her channel was Navah, now it's the Lit Southern Belle. What is she doing? Why can't she make up her mind? Why can't she get her nails together? Why did she cut them all off? So I'm going to give you a little rundown because this is a podcast, and if y'all ever listen to me, I give a little personal background rundown before I get into the actual topic. But I don't be here long because I'm not gonna stay up that long. I love y'all, but I'm lazy. Joking, I'm not lazy. But no, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give a little spiel about that. Before quarantine, I was not happy with my content. I was not happy with my channel name, my channel, and overall, the videos I was posting. I hated everything. Everything. I hated everything that I was doing content-wise in the month of March. And I don't know if you've noticed, but after March, once spring break hit, then the pandemic hit, didn't post anything. And it wasn't because of the pandemic. I felt like this for a pretty good while, but I had to keep it up for the sake of I really just like to be playing myself. I like to sit and pretend that everything's fine, and it's just, sis, sit down. Everything's not fine. Yeah, I was not happy with my content. I was like, I need to do something to where I feel proud about it. And where I had so many things going at once. I had my radio show, which is on campus. Y'all know about that. If you follow me on Instagram, I had podcasts on Spotify, Apple, all of that. And then I had this channel. And I just felt like it was too much going on at once. And no, I don't like to narrow myself down or cut myself down. But I wanted to make sure that I was giving my all into all platforms, and I realized that, yes, I do want y'all to get to know me from different perspectives of my radio show, of me talking about my podcast and spilling my feelings to y'all sometimes and getting real deep and intellectual with y'all. And then on YouTube, I wanted to be silly, but I realized that being silly on YouTube is different for me. In order for me to be silly and let loose, there's some things that have to happen not in a certain sequence, but it's just, there's a certain headspace I have to be in, and that only headspace I can be in is when I'm doing my podcast. And at first, I'm not gonna hold you, at first I was like, maybe it's because people don't see me and I just get self-conscious when I get in front of a camera. But if I was self-conscious in front of a camera, I wouldn't be here. I would not be here. I would not act the way I do. I'm low-key a crackhead. People say what kind of crackhead. I'm an Atlanta crackhead. I'll sing for you. I'll dance for you. I'll entertain you. I am an Atlanta crackhead. And not Atlanta crackhead. All together like, you know what? If you give me food, I'll leave you alone. Ask my friends. They know about me. But, those type of things, just like that, brings out me. And I want to make sure that if I am going to be an influencer and a content creator and continue to just wanting to be a creator, I wanted to make sure that it was my heart, my soul, everything put into it. And that I wasn't faking it. Because if I'm faking it, y'all gonna notice that. Nobody's gonna rock with it like that. Because that's not what y'all want. And that's not what y'all deserve. So, at the end of the day, I had to figure out who I was and what I wanted to portray. Not to y'all, but to myself. And that jumps into my topic. Who are you? I asked this question on Twitter. And of course it did numbers because I know some people feel this way. And a lot of times on the internet, if you attend a college, most schools have rivalries or some schools feel like they're better than others. I don't participate in that. I just see it happen a lot. People be like, oh, it's HBCU stuff that happens all the. No, it's also PWIs as well. It's just school in general. There's always a group of people somewhere in some type of organization or facility that thinks they're better than other people. Hate to say it, it's human nature. It's human nature. Yes. So it's one of those things to where I was just like, all right. It made me question, who are you without your job title, your school titles, your school awards, your money, your friends? Who? Just basic line, borderline, basic question. This is it. Who are you without your external obligations and responses and sort of obligations? And that's it. Who are you without your external obligations? And I don't think a lot of people can answer that question like that. And I don't expect for people to, especially since this podcast is for it's to help you flourish. So most of the people who are 18, 19, 20, I'm 20. And it took me forever to be able to answer this question. And of course, I went through a lot of things. I went through a lot of things that made me get this question together, because growth takes some pain. And I would say it's pain, it's more so it's pushing you to be stronger. So we're going to equate it to pain because we've never felt this before. So something we never felt before brings us discomfort. And what's discomfort? Pain. So when I asked this question, of course I got retweets, likes. No one commented. And I was like, wow. And only one person was able to answer the question. And for me, I'm an interrogating type of person. It wasn't as thorough as I needed it to be. But the fact that he could give an answer is better than giving no answer or saying, I don't. There's nothing wrong with saying you don't know. But that's a whole nother episode. But some people would even say, oh, I don't know. I never thought about it like that. Some people just didn't answer at all. Some people took it and quoted it. Some people took my tweet and tried to make it a shade towards some other school. And I was like, that's not why I asked this. I woke up that fine morning and typed this because it was on my heart and on my mind. I did not know what was going on with the school over there. I didn't care. I didn't care about what was going on. This was something, I journal a lot. So this was something that I had in my journal. And it was really a question to myself. And I wanted to see if other people my age think of themselves this way or question themselves this way, because it's so important. Because what I hate to see is that we're all get to our success and we all get our money and our success and our 6, 7, 8 figures in life, and we still don't know who we are because we've never sat down and took the time to ask and actually take time to master the skill of self-reflection. Because we're so focused on getting these likes, getting this bag, getting these grades, and we forgot who we were because we drowned ourselves in all of everyone else's expectations and obligations. If you sit and think that right now you don't have a job, probably, we're not in school physically, so you're sitting in your confined space to yourself. You can't be around other people, and some people are going crazy. Now, mind you, I understand, I want to see my friends, I want to see my family. That's perfectly fine, but some people really are not okay with being alone. I feel as though that being in this pandemic, being in this time where you have to sit and think a lot and actually just deal with your own thoughts and feelings. And some people have never done that. Some people don't know how to do that. And some people refuse to try to do it. And it's mind-blowing. It is utterly mind-blowing. I've never seen people who are so bored to the point where they will start arguments about music, clothes, get on IG Lives and just act a whole fool. I'm not knocking anything. If that's how you pass your time, great. But for me, I pass my time thinking. I overthink a lot, so I'm always thinking about things that bother me. And don't let them bother me. Don't let them bother me. Because, child, full day. I'm working on it though. But going through that and just asking people, who are you? This kind of dates back to, I was 13. I was in a creative thinking course at a summer day camp. Now the question was, who are you? That was the first and wrong question. The series of questions went like, who are you? Where are you from? And what do you want to become? And I know what you're thinking. Why are these 3 questions being asked? Well, who are you? Because if you don't know who you are, anyone can tell you what you are and what you're going to be, and you'll fall for all of it. And those people will see the potential that you don't see and turn you to yourself and make you a weapon against yourself. Audra said it best. You have to be careful not knowing who you are. You must know who you are, because there's people out here plotting against you because they know your potential, they see your potential, and they'll make you your own worst enemy and a weapon against yourself. I'm paraphrasing it, but that's along the lines of what Audra said, and it couldn't be any more true. Couldn't be any more true. And where are you from? Where are you from? It's not just saying, oh, I'm from New York or I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. No. Yes, where are you from? But where do you come from? Do you come from a loving home? Do you come from a home where you had to get it out of the mud? You had to hustle? Or do you come from a home where spoon-fed, everything is just at your reach? Or did you come from a place where you were taught to love and to work and to deeper? It's always a deeper meaning as to why they ask you basic questions of who you are or where you're from. And the most important one, where are you going? This question gives you a chance to manifest your life and put your thoughts and your visions into an action. I love this. I wish I still had the sheet, but I always tell myself to ask myself those 3 questions. I would say every month. Why every month? Because every month is a new set of 30 to 31 days to put yourself further and further towards your goals that you set for the year. Now, I'm not big on setting New Year's resolutions. I like to just have milestones. If it doesn't get done when I want it to get done, and I know I've put my heart and soul into it, some things are just out of your hands. Now, mind you, I do put timelines on my goals, but I do it by age and not by the year. Because if God didn't see for me to be fit, or the higher power didn't see for me to be fit, had this done within 2020, I said I wanted to travel to 3 countries in 3 states. Current situation right now, we can't really travel until 2021. Okay, but my goal really overall is to go to at least 3 countries, 3 new states before I turn 22. That can be done. But I said it for the year to shoot for the star, shoot for the moon, and I'll probably land on a star. A couple of them. It's cool. It's cool with me. I have to take things for what it is and accept the things I can't change. The year 19 taught me who I was, and I went through the trials and tribulations, the process. And I feel like for me, it was a 4-year process. Because 16 was really when I kind of was like, well, who am I? Let me test this out, let me do this. Or no, let me try to do a doctor. Nah, that wasn't who I was. You know, I liked it for a little bit. We were gonna fall out of that. Here I am, 20. If you ask anyone that has known me before I moved to Atlanta, they would tell you that the person that left is not the person who's coming back to visit. I have broken out of whatever shell I put myself in. And it's because I asked myself these 3 questions. And I'm continuously to do so, because just because you break out of one shell don't mean you just don't have a shell no more. Because what is it? Crabs that break out their shell, they're gonna grow one back again. It's always going to be another obstacle covering you and trying to block you from reaching the next goal that you have. You can't face all your fears at once. You can't face all your fears at once. You can't fix everything about yourself at once. You're a work in progress and a masterpiece at the same time. And hey, look, you better work it. You better make it look good. That's the hard part, is making it look good. Because when you find out who you are, it's disheartening and it's a very bittersweet moment when you find out who you are. Because when you find out who you are, you find out your faults and your things that just make you, that's you. But we sometimes often forget that it's okay to have faults, but we can't let them take over we can't let those become a weapon against ourselves. So knowing who you are is really just your personal, it's just kind of like your checkup. It's like go to the doctor and get a checkup, but you do this on yourself. And I always tell people, you need help on checking up on yourself and making sure that you're taking care of yourself properly, go to a therapist. Look, you go to the doctor for everything else. Now tell me that, oh, well, I don't know why I'm sitting here still sick after 3 weeks. What do we usually do? Do we still sit in the bed and let ourselves get worse? No, we go to the doctor. Same thing with therapy, that's what it is. You don't wait till you have a full-blown stomach virus. How to say this? Let me fix this, because Jesus, I am not good at science. You don't wait till you're dying to go to the doctor. You go to the doctor so you don't die. No, what y'all about to say now? Well, how can I get to this point? Because that sounds great. Well, how did it work for you? Look, how did it work for me? Life had to knock me around, knock me down, stomp on me with Tim's in order for me to get like this. Like I said previously, it has to be something difficult. This process is not easy. It is difficult. So if it don't feel difficult, you're not doing it right. A self-journey and self-evolution journey is not easy. And I don't think for me it was a self-evolution journey. It was mostly just a growth journey. But it could be self-evolution. If you perceive it that way, go off. I'm not gonna knock your perception. But I went through so much. And I constantly went into this deep question. And I feel like I've asked myself this question since I was 16 because I look at pictures and things I did at 16. I tried any and everything to see if this was the person that I wanted to be. Because I didn't know. All I know is that I was friendly, open-minded, and I was just nice.
Sounds right.
But that wasn't enough. And it never is. You are much more than those basic type of adjectives. Nothing wrong with being those adjectives. Trust me. Nothing wrong with being those adjectives at all. But there's so much depth to each and every one. What is the depth? What is that? How you wake up in the morning? Do you wake up and just like, I hate everything, I hate everybody. I want to wake up, slap the alarm clock down to the floor. If that's how you wake up, first of all, you go to sleep earlier. Get sleep schedule together. Sleep schedule is important. I'm working on mine. But the thing is, when I wake up, I don't wake up mad. I just want to go to sleep earlier and actually be able to wake up on a decent time. It's where I can have day to myself and not be up to 2 a.m. But if you wake up and you just like, I hate everything, like, gotta change that. Because you just start your whole day off on the wrong foot, the wrong side of the bed, everything. Because of how you woke up. And this is just me. Have your morning routine to where it is cut, clean, and to the point. Did you feed yourself? Did you wash yourself? Did you take care of yourself in any way? Start your day doing something that you like. Some people like cooking, so they want to go and cook themselves a breakfast. Some people like to be clean and feel fresh and dress up. Did you take a shower? Did you pick out your outfit from the previous night so you can look your best? Did you clean up your room around you? Some people like to leave their room and be a clean space. Did you do that? I've heard this too, speaking of cleaning your room. The most successful people make their beds up every day. And I was watching B. Simone's YouTube channel. And I love B. Simone. Her hustle is out of this world. Her work ethic. This, for all of my females that are watching this, if there's someone you want to watch and be inspired and be encouraged, watch B. Simone. I also have another list of women that you want to watch too, but that's another little. But she was watching it, and she's at the point where she reached her goals for $1 million before she was 30, which I think that is wonderful. Now, this is before she tries to hit the $1 million mark. She's looking for a place to live because she wants to upgrade her life and be in a space to where it fuels her creativity and her work ethic. And mind you, her work ethic is out of this world. She is so hungry. She is such a hustler. So put that with a good environment, she's unstoppable. And she knows that. So that's what she's doing. Finding her a new way to live. And the first thing she did was change her morning routine. She made up her bed. She cleaned her area. She cleaned her room. Not saying she's dirty, but just from what she said is that she woke up in the morning and she cleaned up the space around her that she slept in, that she lived in. Because it was also her creative space. How you take care of your creative space is how your content is going to come out. It's how your career is going to be unfolded, because your content determines your career. In her case, or in my case. But how you put pride in your work. If you can't put pride in your own room, what makes you think you're going to put pride into your career? It doesn't work like that. So that's why I say wake up in the day. Because that and watching that, I was watching at 5 in the morning. I pulled it all nighter. Don't be like me. I'm trying to work my sleep schedule. And watching this, it just made me want to get up and go cook breakfast, go run, go do something. Because I feel like if I'm sitting down too long, if I'm resting too long, I am wasting so much time and potential money that I could be receiving. But I can't always think like that because I'll burn myself out as well. So I have to learn balance. But no, that's one thing I would say I would do. Third thing you should do is ask yourself this question. If you feel like you're not able to answer these questions, ask yourself, what is holding me back from answering these questions? Is it the people that I hang around? Is it what I'm allowing from those people? How they talk to me? How they treat me? Is it how I was raised? We all have childhood trauma and childhood experiences that have shaped the way we think. And we have yet to connect those dots as to why. And that's all I say. But also, how do I talk to myself? How do I treat myself? If you talk to yourself and you don't get your mental on a positive way, on a positive type of vibration, you will always, your body 9 times out of 10 is going to follow that suit. Why do you think is it when you're depressed, you don't eat well? You either eat too much or not at all. If you're depressed or this anxiety feel, you don't eat right. And I can attest to that. There was a time where anxiety was through the roof, did not eat. Treated my body like it was just some pack mule. Work, when I tell you to work, just whipping it to death. Work. My body's begging to have TLC in its life. When did I realize that? January this year. When I told myself I want to gain weight. I want to gain weight. I want to eat 3 meals a day. I want to start back to actually eating. And it could never be answered. I would say it wasn't until I hit 20. I'm 20 years old right now. I'm only 20 years old since February. It's April, so 2-3 months. I am the most content with my life. I am the most content with the path that I'm on, the person that I am. Everything from inside out, I am the most content. And it's not because of no person, no relationship. It's because of me and the work that I put in to get here. And honestly, if I could tell y'all everything, you would cry. I have proven that I can get through anything if I put my mind to it. I have proved to myself that I can do anything that I want to do. If I want to, I will. Do things still scare me? Yes, I do. Do I still fear some things? Yes. How do I get through it? I'll tell you. First thing what you're gonna do is journal. I said this. You gotta see if you putting yourself up to the test. You gotta see if you really want this. You really want these goals? Reflect on yourself every month and see where you at. You don't see no progress. You see you in the same spot. Sometimes being in the same spot is not a bad thing. But if you didn't get a little slither of what you wanted, maybe you won't have the tools, you're not prepared enough yet, or you didn't work hard enough. One of the two. It's never an in-between of maybe you had the tools, but you just didn't use them. Back to square one. You weren't prepared. Because being prepared means you know what to do with the tools, when to do them, and how to do them. Other spectrum, you weren't ready yet. It didn't even come into your existence. It wasn't even mentioned. You didn't even see it. It was not in your senses. So meaning that it's not meant to double back to you yet. There's something you gotta go through before you can prepare to receive that type of blessing and opportunity. Another thing I'll say is I'm stronger. It didn't kill me. I just have a hell of endurance. And that's really just what it is. It prepares you for the things that you will face later on that will be much bigger and much badder. That's just not a word, but that's what folks be saying. Like, oh, she mad in there. I don't get it. I don't. But much more, badder is a word, I guess, but much badder. And what are you going to do then? So if you can't handle this, and every goal that you want, everything that you desire in your life, it's going to take some of those difficult moments where life is punching you and kicking you and stomping you with Timbs. And it's just kind of like, all right, it's going to get to the point where the Timbs going to feel like little pokes and just little scrapes and stuff because you prepared for this. You sat and asked yourself, you know who you are, you know where you came from, you know where you're going, and you know the cost that it will take. So you cannot sit and hate on your phase of growth, but also be grateful for it, because if not for that, would you really be learning? And it's not pain, it's discomfort. People get messed up like, oh, this is painful. No, this is comfort because your body's not used to it. Your body's not used to working this hard and pushing yourself past this limit. But guess what? Once you push yourself past this and you do this long enough, your body will be like, oh, this is nothing. You just made yourself bigger and stronger. You didn't even know it. You didn't even realize that. And I always say this. People don't evolve because they won't. That's the only reason people don't evolve is because they won't. What I mean by that is you're going to naturally evolve. You're going to naturally change and outgrow things. Some people don't want to outgrow things. Don't want to leave things that no longer serve them or suit them because those are comfortable to them. Body is temporary. What's in here is moving this body around and making it what it is. This is a vessel. The person that is speaking and acting and doing is the spirit that's inside. That's what's eternal. That's what's gonna last. And that's what's going to make the impact. So if these don't align, this definitely is going to move how it's going to move. And if you can't make that work, and you don't, first of all, if you don't want to make that work, don't expect your hand to be out for an opportunity, because the higher power will look and be like, you're not prepared, and keep it pushing. And this concludes episode 1 of the one and only Lit Southern Belle. Stay flourishing, my